So now remember, we are in premium prices of the current range, right?
Yeah.
Reaching premium prices of the current range, we are inside of a sell zone. Can you see that? We are inside of a sell zone. Now, what is that? This was the weekly rejection block that we refined here. See that? Now we are reaching a weekly rejection block. So ask yourself, are you going to look for buys inside of a zone now? Inside of a sell zone? No, right? Not safe at all. Like this whole zone is a sell zone for us. So are we going to look for any buys inside of this zone? No. Okay, we'll only be focusing on sells. Okay, so let's wait for Asia to end now. Let's wait. Okay. Now, if you remember, at the time we marked out this rejection block on the weekly and refined it to 4 hour, did we have any type of liquidity below it? No, right? We had nothing. It was just clean price action. But look what they did. They created an Asian high below it. Not random stuff. See that? Liquidity. Once again, liquidity. Asian high right below our point of interest. Okay, but there's the thing. Now, the thing is, now there's a weekly zone, right? A weekly and a 4 hour zone. Can we wait for a break on the 15-minute itself? Yeah, you can, but it's not that high, not a very good thing to do, right? So let's wait on the H1 to get, like, what are we going to wait for now? We're going to wait for a breakout structure to get the confirmation. Can you understand that? Okay, so let's see now. Yeah, let's see. There we go. Timing is perfect. Look at that. Right at 12:30 p.m. my time. That is 7 a.m. your time during November. Took out liquidity, okay, took out the Asian high into a point of interest. Now let's wait and see. Okay, no breaks yet. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Nothing. There we go. Did you see that? Bearish break. Strong high. So what do we know now? Major break of structure bearish. Counter trend also turned bearish. Most importantly, after tapping into a higher time frame point of interest. Can you understand that?
Yeah.
Now what are we going to do? Are we going to look for buys from anywhere around here?
Yeah.
Are we going to look for buys? No, we're going to start looking for sells. Okay, so let's mark out the strong high. Okay, like if you remember that previous example I showed you how we like did the swing trade on GBP USD. Okay, like on the 1 hour we got the confirmation. We dropped into lower time frames to get the entry. Okay, from the range. Yeah, there we go now. Same exact thing. Okay, same exact thing. We're not gonna just like use some entry model for another setup. No, not that. Okay, so there we go. Strong high created. How do we know the high has created the low of the range? You have to wait for a bullish breakout structure. Okay, so let's wait now. Okay, there we go. So no setups this day. Actually, I did take a setup and got stopped out in here. Okay, so on the 1 minute time frame, because yeah, I have to show you that because in hindsight, stuff is very clear. But when you're looking at it in real time, you will not have this understanding. I know that. Okay, so yeah, on I did something stupid on the 1 minute in here. And yeah, stop cloud. Okay, so here we go. From here to here will be the range, right? This will be the range after this bullish break. So now you can already see the setup. Why are they going up? That is to take out the internal range liquidity, right?
Wait,
So what's the internal range? Sorry?
sorry for cutting you short there. Do you
Yeah.
still usually go to the 1 minute to look for setups?
Nah, not anymore. Not
Oh,
anymore.
okay.
This was like 1 year ago. This was November. Yeah,
Oh,
almost 10 months ago. So those days I used to deal with the 1 minute and the 5 minute. That's why I showed you all. That's why I told you even in here I took losses. Why? Dealing with the 5 minute and the 1 minute. Okay,
yeah.
but yeah, now you see how clear the higher time frames are, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the thing. So now you can already see the setup. What's your range from here to here? Why are they going up? That is to take out the internal range liquidity. What's the internal range liquidity? Swing high, swing high. See that? I told you, swing highs will be your internal range liquidity. Above that, what's the point of interest? Rejection block. See that? You have a rejection block, okay, on the 1 hour. But yeah, you don't even have to have that because you can do a turtle soup like I told you. Why? Anyway, your stop loss is only 3.6 pips. See that? Above the strong high. So who wants a point of interest, right? When your when your stop loss is only 3.6 pips. Okay, so there we go. And the next thing we take into consideration is what? Timing, right? So now what happened was it ran into Asia once again. Next day's Asian session. Can you see that? Ran into the next day's Asian session. So if it plays out during Asia, we're gonna miss a nice setup because we don't trade Asia. Then we'll have to trade London. But yeah, luckily, if I remember, yeah, didn't play out during Asia. Did you see that? So now are we gonna use the Asian high as a strong high and then look for look for sales from here? No, right? Anyway, we're not gonna do that because why? We have internal range liquidity right above it. Look at this liquidity. Then what's the next thing we take into consideration? Timing once again. So this manipulation has to happen during London kill zone or London open. Okay, so 12:30 or 1:30. So let's see. There it starts to go up. Time is good. And there we go. Did you see that? Now what happened? Buy stops are activated because it ran above Asia. Okay. Order blocks are forming. See that? And uptrends are forming. How many are trying to buy it now? So many, right? So many are buying it. But us, what are we doing? We're selling it. There comes the momentum. Boom. Into the external range liquidity. Okay, so now what do? Now you take off around 40% and then leave the rest into the external range liquidity of the 4 hour. Why? Why are we doing that? I told you, because it tapped into a higher time frame point of interest and it gave us the confirmation, right? Major breakout structure bearish, counter trend turns bearish, okay, inside of a higher time frame zone. Timing is perfect, manipulation of Asia. Then we pay ourselves here, leave the rest into external range. And can you see how like all of a sudden, look how the bearish candles are getting bigger and bigger. Can you see that? The bearish momentum is increasing. Why? Because the range expansion has begun. So what happens?
Yeah.
There it comes. Don't worry about these pullbacks. It's only another chance of a re-entry. Now let it go into the targets. Did you see that? From internal to external. All right. Now see, this is exactly why we call this the corrective move. Look how long it took for price to reach from here to here. 7 days and 6 hours. Okay, but for it to reach from here down into the external range, only 4 days and 4 hours. Yeah, so corrective and the expansion. Okay, so now you see this, right? How do we know the expansion move begins? Taps into a high time frame zone, comes in line with the major breakout structure. Then from that day onwards, we start looking for sales, not buys anymore. Okay, we're not gonna just tell you, oh, strong low. You can even buy it, it's not gonna last long. Okay, from these areas. Okay, so yeah, can you understand this? Let me know. Was everything clear? Yeah, everything is clear, right? Yeah. Now let me give you the timings that I use for the sessions. Let's quickly run into current market. This is Asia. 2:30, 9:30. Please check with New York times. Yeah, that's Asia. And London kill zone. London session. New York kill zone and the New York session. There we go. Okay, so yeah, these are the timings that I use. If I set it to London time, yeah, for you, Asia starts at 10 p.m. and ends at 5 a.m. Okay, starts at 10 p.m. and then ends at 5 a.m. Also remember, when you're marking out Asia, don't use indicators or anything because the timings will be different. Make sure to mark out the Asian session on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, mark out Asia on the 15-minute time frame, which means the highs and lows that are getting created from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. on the 15-minute time frame, not the 1 hour highs and lows, not the 30-minute highs and lows, not the 4 hour highs and lows, 15-minute highs. Trust me, I backtested this. I'm doing this for a long time, so not a very long time though, but yeah, I got this from BTMM. Okay, so make sure to mark it out on a 15-minute time frame. Okay, that is very important. That is how you can get this midline stuff and all of that very accurately. Okay, so mark it out on a 15-minute time frame. And yeah, London kill zone is at 7 a.m. London session is at 8 a.m. New York kill zone is at 12 p.m. New York session is at 1 p.m. your time. Okay, so that will be the timings that I use. And when there is a shift in daylight savings time, all of this will go forward by 1 hour. Okay, all of this will go forward by 1 hour. So which means Asia will start at 11 p.m. and end at 6 a.m. London kill zone will be at 8 a.m. London session will be at 9 a.m. New York kill zone will be at 1 p.m. New York session will be at 2 p.m. Okay, so it goes forward by 1 hour because you can check the Forex factory to see if there is any change in daylight savings time. Okay, so yeah, that normally happens only once a year. I guess I don't know. We don't care. Okay, so that's about that. Okay, so is everything clear? Let me know. Was everything clear?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. So do you have any other questions that I should go through?
Looking at the directional bias like I talked about
Yeah.
earlier on, if I start my day and I'm trying to do using the Asian setup ranges during the London, do I how important is the directional bias?
Directional bias is important, but now let me show you. Now this is a nice example of it. Let's see. Yeah, in these areas. Now look at this here. On a line chart, we do know that the major breakout structure is bearish. Can you see that? The major breakout structure is bearish. But if you go into the candlesticks, you can see that it's only a stop hunt below this. Now you might be confused, right? Now you might be confused, like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Don't worry, like I told you, we're intraday traders. If he is not in a good position to swing, patiently drop into a lower time frame. Okay, see what the higher time frames are doing. Now what has happened was the 4-hour has created a strong low. Liquidity taken, structure broken, because the thing is now nothing clear on the daily, right? Nothing clear on the daily. Then after the daily, what's the next strongest time frame we have? The 4-hour, right? The 4-hour. Now on here, we do have a strong low, stop hunt, breakout structure. So then once again on this strong low, what do we look for? A higher time frame point of interest. What did we have?
Wait, sorry, Dara. Can you go to the for? Can you go to the for?
Okay.
Yeah, that's breakup structure you just confirmed, the bullish breakout. If I were using the three candle,
high,
yeah,
if we're using low, yeah.
If we're using the three candle formation,
yeah.
Is there the candle to the right is not lower than?
Look at this. This right here, this is swing high where you see. So this high has a lower high to the left, a lower high to the right.
Okay, we're using the wick, not the body.
Yeah. Okay, so it could even be the wick or the body. Doesn't matter. Like even if there was a body in here, we can still say the candle is lower to the left and lower to the right. That's it. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a wick or a body. It could be anything. Okay, it could be anything. So now what do we know? Now on the daily, one thing we know is that the daily isn't clear at all, right? There's nothing we could do on the daily. The only thing we could do on the daily is mark out this point of interest that is on the 4-hour strong low. Okay, and then now let's see how we could deal with this the next day. Okay, so now we know that. What do we know? On the 4-hour time frame, this right here is a strong low. So if this is a strong low, this is obviously a weak high, right? If this is a strong low, this is a weak high. Why? Which means this internal range liquid, this will be external range liquid. So you can have this one marked out because you know that. Because now look at this one. Let me show you why it's a weak high. Now the market is moving down. Now ask yourself, did this high break any sort of structure to the downside? No, right?
Yeah.
Nothing. So which means, are we going to expect any sales from here? The only thing we can expect is for that high to get ran out. Can you understand that? Yeah. Okay, we can expect that high to get ran out. So now, like I showed you now in here, of course, I showed you the setup. We had the 4-hour rejection block. Okay, we had the 4-hour rejection block that is right here. And then what we do is we sell it with timing and all of that. Like this. Okay, so safe target will be the Asian low. Now see, this is why, like, if you only focus on the London Open setup, we don't even have to bother about the direction most of the time. Now look at this. There it goes. Taps, and it starts to calm down. You pay yourself, and if you want to, you can even hold a run until these slows into the next reversal zone. What is that? The daily rejection block. Okay, so now when price gets here, there you get the confirmation once again. Can you see that? There we go. Taps, takes out. Yeah, let's go to a lower time frame to get the confirmation. There we go. Stop hunt, breakout structure. Can you understand that? Okay. So now from this day onwards, what are you going to do? Like until this high gets taken out on the 4-hour, why? It is not a strong high, right? Not a strong high. Like go to the 4-hour, you can see, is this a strong high? No. Did it break any sort of structure even on the line chart? Nothing. So until that high gets taken out, you can look for buy setups. You can look for buy setup. But once that gets taken out, it might reverse. That's another story. But yeah, see that? Until that high gets taken out, what you do is you start looking for buys. You start looking for buys every day. Can you understand that? Asia? Because even in here, we had a range. See, top fund, breakout structure, internal range liquidity. There it comes. See that? Is that clear? Okay, is that clear? So that is what we could do when the daily is not that clear. Okay, well, like that is what we could do when the directional bias is not that clear. Okay, so something like that. But most importantly, make sure you focus on these breaks, because that is the direction. That is the ultimate direction. Okay, that is what's going to show you the direction, because you can see this, right? All of these were to the downside. That is why GU is still bearish. Okay, you can see that, right? Until we get these breaks, okay, we can't buy it. Okay, we can't expect long-term buys. Okay, yeah. Is that clear? Let me know. Is everything clear?
That's clear. One more thing. What qualifies a day that you don't trade?
A day I don't trade, yeah, like today. I told you, if Asia is trending like this, okay, if Asia is trending like this, nah, I'm not gonna trade anymore because see, was anything clear in here? Nothing, right?
Yeah.
Nothing. So simply, days like this, stay out. If Asia did this, just stay out. Like most Mondays, it will do that. Okay, just stay out. Like even on gold, nothing was clear. See, like Asia dropped like this, and then it started going higher. So I wouldn't take this. I would not take this anyway because why? Now I was waiting for this rejection block to play out. Okay, but the thing is, timing isn't that good. See, price reached here like 2 hours after New York, so that's too late in the day. So I don't want to just take a trade and then wait for hours until it turns into my profits. No, like I want to go in and out. So which means I'm focusing on the kill zones and the session openings. Okay, so you understand that, right? So days like this, stay out. Okay, stay out. Just don't even bother to look at it if Asia has done this because like I can guarantee you if Asia does this, no setups will be clear. That the whole day will be messy. Okay, like today. So that is what happened. Okay, on lower time frames, if you really want to, you can do that. But I don't know how to do that. Okay, like I don't go into this time frame anymore. Okay, so yeah, just remove 1 minute out of the equation. It's messy. Okay,
So
so these time frames,
your
this is more
lowest
than
time
enough.
frame is M15.
M15. Okay,
When you
and
mark
like
out your
don't.
ranges,
Sorry, what's it?
when you mark out your ranges,
Okay.
is
Or,
M15
or
the lowest?
ranges. No, no. Mostly ranges will come from the daily, 4 hour, and the 1 hour. Okay. But the 50 minute and 30 minute ranges comes when price is within another point of interest. Can you understand that? So let's say price is inside of a 4 hour range. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's say price is inside of a 4 hour point of interest. Only then we look into the 50 minute and the 30 minute ranges. Why? To take the confirmation. Stop on breakout structure, internal range, and this only when it is inside of a point of interest. Okay, we're not going to just like all the time mark out 50 minute and 30 minute ranges. No, stick to 4 hour daily and the 1 hour range, daily 4 hour and the 1 hour ranges. Okay, and only use the 30 minute and 50 minute ranges when price is within a higher time frame point of interest. Can you
Yeah.
understand that? To get the confirmation entry? Okay, now don't worry, once you rewatch the session, it will answer a lot of questions you have. Okay, like, and make sure you do the back testing. Okay, it is very important. Okay, because like we can't just go to the charts the next day and then wait for price to run above Asia and sell. No. Okay, if it's that easy, then everyone will be trading. So don't do that. Make sure you do the back testing first. Okay, that's very important, back test. And yeah, if you have any questions, just drop me a message on Telegram with your with the chart and a voice note. Okay, that way I'll know what your question is. Okay.
I will. I will. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Yeah. So everything's clear, right? I hope everything is clear. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. All
Thank
right,
you
bro.
very
Then
much.
that's
Yeah.
it from me.
Yeah.
No problem, bro. Have a good day then.
Thank you. Yeah. All the
Okay,
best.
bro.
Bye.
Yeah, you too.